Did you find Melvin?
Nope, I can't find either of them.
Either of them?
Yeah. When I went home, it wasn't just my daddy who was missing. Mama was gone too. This never happened before.
Zach, we need to stop Professor R's plan no matter what it takes. Relax, Patty. You don't need to worry about a thing. I'm sure that Melvin just stumbled across an important clue that's stolen his attention for now. And I'm sure he's protecting your mother while he's at it. Let's just leave the investigation to the local police and rest for today. I need to prepare a report for the HQ anyway. How about staying with me in my room until we find them?
But...
You don't need to worry. I can't make you any homemade food, but I've got a first-class chef and a first-class concierge at my disposal. Oh, and a very affable bellboy. It's a lot of fun at that hotel.
But... Okay, I guess. Thanks, Agent York.
You're a lady, so you take the bed. Zach and I will be fine on the couch.
はい、ということで今回ムービーから始まりましたが、どうも皆さんこんにちは、ソメイルと申します。デッドリープリモニション2の続きをプレイしていきますね。前回ね、プロフェッサー R の手によってクラークソンと、R、つまりルナ自身も死んでしまったわけですが、なぜか、パティがね、なんか重要な役目を果たしているという奇怪なことを場を残して死んでしまいました。ということで移動です。はい、というわけでカーサーパインアップルホテルに戻ってまいりました。パティが後ろにいるわけでは、ついてきてるわけではないんだね。まあいいや。では実質へ参りましょう。
Zach, the Clarkson family tree is nothing like we thought it was. We need to reorganize everything we've uncovered so far.
そうですね。整理しましょう。パティはね、このまま寝かしといてあげてみましょう。靴ぐらい脱いだらって思うんだよ。あとね、ちゃんと布団かぶんなさいって思うんだけど、風邪ひいちゃうよ。
I feel like this case is heading in a direction that will be extremely unpleasant for her.
そうだな。せめてパティには幸せに、ね、過ごしてもらいたいもんなんだが、どうなんでしょう。じゃあエビデンスボードでまとめましょう。
First, let's go back to the beginning.
はいはい。
Lise Clarkson's body was found hanging under a bridge over the bayou.In a deserted spot close to where the bayou meets the Mississippi.
そうね、わざわざね、あそこに祀ったって感じだったね。
Surely had no idea what he would find there. Speaking of which, Zach, Chuck, the man who started this race we're running, what's his occupation?
チャックの職業は、ザリガニ漁師です。
That's right. And after chasing a poacher's boat that crossed over into his farmland,
そう、そんなだったね。
He went up the bayou and was fortunate enough to find Lisa's body. I doubt it was a very pleasant experience for him.
彼にとっては幸運ではないよね。あんまね、見たかねえわな。
If not for his discovery, Lisa's body might have started rotting out there. He's a difficult person to be sure, but I don't think he's a
そう
bad
だ
guy.
ね。いいやつよ。一番気になるのは鼻毛です。
Chuck said something peculiar. He claimed the Clarksons were a little better when their son was still around.
長男ね。
I don't know exactly what he meant, but we ended up meeting the person he was talking about, didn't we? Under very unexpected circumstances. Leonard Clarkson. He ran away from home, found his true self, then changed names. So, Zach, do you remember her name?
レナですわ。ヘレナですわ。PJ は親父ですわ。ダギーはあれですわ。妹の夫ですわ。
Helena Doman. The townspeople call her Lena. She was also known as Professor R while she plotted against the Clarksons.
なかなか美人さんでしたね。美形ですよ、美
She's the
形。
mother of the new drug known as Sang Rouge.
まあ、美形なのはいいんだけどね。それ以上
She
に
must
ね、
have also had
い
a
っちゃっ
group
てる
of
感じでした
followers
ね、
who
正
worshipped
直
her
ね。
fanatically. I can see it now. Lena sprinkling down the red powder, corrupting every last pure and innocent girl in town. Lena mentioned her plan each time we met. She must have taken us for utter fools, Zach. She thought she was always one step ahead of us, and that we'd never see the full scope of her plan. Well, her plan isn't complete yet, and I know we can still stop it.
そうだな。
That's why we need to learn all we can about her.
このままだと正直、パティが
Her
犠牲に
alias
なり
was
そうだから
Professor
ね。
R, and she was well learned in the areas of medicine and fire dynamics. By the way, Zach, do you remember what weapon Lena used to murder PJ?
なんだったっけ？爆弾。
Correct. She
Correct.
used a miniature bomb. To tell you the truth,
いや
she
本当だよ。
surprised
よ
me.
くね、
That bomb
よく
was
生き
so
てた
well
って思う
placed.
ぐらいの。
It left hardly
爆
any
発だったと
damage on the
思うよ。
building itself.
本当だよね。あ、確かに。建物全然壊れてなかったね。
Yet still did amazing
どういう
work
こと
on
だろうね。
Lena should have used that brain of hers for something more productive than that saga of revenge. For example, reviving Lucare's economy from the industrial sector.
そうね。
Widen your perspective, and you'll see that Louisiana
いい
is
こ
an
とに使
industrial
えた
treasure
知
trove.
識だとは思うね。確かにね。
With her intelligence and her charisma, I'm sure she would have found some amazing opportunities. Such a tragedy. Zach, there's one more important matter we need to think about here. Galena Clarkson, who was murdered in jail.
ああ、ガリーナね。
Her body was dismembered, then rearranged into a V shape. Patty and Melvin claimed it was a severed roots killing. But that doesn't make sense to me. And PJ Clarkson disapproved of it when I met him in the other world. He saw Galena's parts lined up and was overcome by an inexplicable fear. Tell me, who killed Galena?
正直ね、そう、わからないっすよね。はい。どんどんわからない？真ん中のわからない。
Unfortunately, we don't have the answer to this one yet.
まだわかりませんよね。これ分かってたらびっくりだよ。え、嘘ってなる。
And it's too big a problem to solve
Well,
with mere
びっくりした。
speculation.
そこ選択
The
来るって思
answer
っちゃ
to
った
this
わ。
question may lead to a major turning point for this case. And the final turning point for this story. You know it's true, Zach.
お
I only hope it
分
doesn't
岐
push
ある
us
のか
down an avenue we
な
didn't
ま
plan
さ
on
か。
exploring.
はい、情報整理。
Hey, Zach. Do you remember PJ's last words? Lena had intercourse with her older sister. Her own flesh and blood. This means there's still one more person out there who inherited PJ's blood.
出た。
fucking poachers. Now I gotcha. Caught you red-handed.
いや、なかなか衝撃的ですよ、今のは。はい。これでやっとエピソード2が終了です。エピソード何まであるんだろうな。結構ありそうな気はするんだが、どうなんでしょうね。はい。全然わかりませんが。いやー、マジか。さっきの多分手メルビンだよね。ってことはさ、今のね、幼児対抗した感じの、あれだよね。パティのお母さんかな。やん。なかなかね。
Soon. I'm almost there. Just please, someone, stop that noise.
はい。2019年戻ってきましたね。やっぱりショーの始まりはここからなんでしょうか。
Let me try and summarize this. Helena Doman was the mastermind behind the entire incident. But Helena Doman was actually P.J. Clarkson's son, who had severed ties with the family. Helena was also known as Professor R, the mother brain behind the drug known as Sang Rouge.
That's right.
She was responsible for everything?
Not everything, but most of it. Almost everything went according to her plan.
But if you'd already figured out that much, why did you continue to stay in Lucare?
Because we had to.
You had to. Whatever for.
The goddess was still there.
The goddess.
The goddess of fertility.
Lise Clarkson's body.
Not her. She was as beautiful as a goddess, but she wasn't the goddess. She was just a tragic victim.
Then who is the goddess of fertility?
The person at the root of this case.
Is it some kind of metaphor? For example, the vast wealth that the red powder yielded.
The goddess of fertility embodied abundance on the outside, but in that void was threatening to swallow up all of Lucare.
ああ、赤ん坊の声はやめよう。辛い。きついもんがあるぜ。
Shut up! Shut up! Shut up! Shut up!
Are you okay, Mr. Morgan? Morgan almost sounds like a prophet talking about the end of the world. Vague, elusive, and intent on deceiving those who listen. But every now and then he adds an interval of truth. Patricia Clarkson is one of those. She's something special. Something irreplaceable to him.
まあこの関係なさそうなのどれだろうな、わかんねえな。とりあえず暖炉の中の灰を見てみよう。
The logs in the center look far more burnt compared to the rest. Almost looks like they were used in conjunction with some kind of accelerant. Did you recently burn something there?
It's our fireplace. We're free to use it
まあ自由です
as
よ
we
ね。
please.
本当だよ。
I see traces of resin, which leads me to believe you burned up some sort of toxic substance. It doesn't matter what kind of fireplace you have. Burning anything other than firewood in it is dangerous. Next time, don't burn it up at home. Dispose of it like you would any other non-burnable refuse. Especially if it was something like a smartphone or a USB memory stick.
Non-burnable refuse like a smartphone?
資源じゃないのか、
Let's
ス
be
マホは。
serious here, Belle. That's exactly the sort of data one
まあ
needs
で
to
もそうだよ
thoroughly
ね。ぶっ
immolate.
壊さないとね、あんなもんね。
Remember what you learned at Quantico.
情報漏洩がいいとこだよ。
You're still searching for Patricia, yes?
You don't need to worry about that.
パティは少なくとも死んではいないっていうことはわかるわけだよね。パティだもんね、パトリーシャがね。ね、それはわかるんだけど、なんか行方不明とかもちょっと怖いんだけど、それが。こっちはこっちでなんか起きそうだよね、すごくね。
We've
怖い
almost
わ。
reached our
やめてほしい
goal.
わ。本当にやめてほしい。それだけはやめてほしい。
We just need to find some conclusive evidence.
We sincerely hope that's the case. Hard to believe, though. After all, so far you've just been barking up the wrong tree.
Barking up the wrong tree.
That's right. You shouldn't be wasting time here. You should be out there. Look,
Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you know where she is?
no, we don't. But we can feel her when we close our eyes and become one with the world. It's very faint, but we can see her. We can see Patricia.
Are you trying to distract me again? Or do you really expect me to believe you're clairvoyant or something?
千里眼ですか。
What do you think
ミ
we
レニア
are,
ムアイですか。
X-Men?
あ、違うか、あれは。千年眼ですわ。
It's metaphysical offender profiling.
He actually asked me where Patricia is? Does he have full confidence that we'll never find
いや
her?
だから、
Fine. I can deal with that. I'll just ask him everything I can about the Le Carre case.
あ、貧乏ゆすり見たかった。はい。
This square area enclosed by milk cartons. Is it another sanctuary? The more I look around, the more I feel like there's some sort of system to all this. The sanctuary on this table. The fireplace sanctuary. And the milk carton sanctuary. They all lead into the room back there.
そうね。まっすぐな感じするね。
And there's one more by the window, and yet another by my feet.
ああ、本当だ。足元あるね。机の下ぐらいの。
Are they signs? Or is this all some sort of path?
Hey, Belle. Is that a serious question?
Of course it is.
We're drying them out.
ペットボトル
We
じ
line
ゃねえ
the
わ
milk
パック
cartons
ね
up to dry them out, so we can turn them into Halloween decorations.
ハロウィン終わってんじゃないの
Halloween? It's only January.
This is America, land of the free. Got a problem with that?
そうだな別にね9ヶ月後の準備して何か悪いっていうのはい氷漬けのリスの写真
By the way, how did the FBI find Lisa's body?
そうどうやって見つけたんですか
After 14 whole
ほんまやで
years.
That's none of your business.
Are you saying they just happened to be investigating the Clarksons' cold storage warehouse? That there was some undercover terrorism plot afoot there?
I said it's none of your business.
Well, then we'll just have to guess.
お当てよう
It was an anonymous
誰込
tip,
み
a tip related to Sang Rouge. Did we hit the nail on the head, Belle? But that's not what we want to know about. After all, the FBI gets hundreds of tips every day. Right, my fairy? It was always that way, even back when we were on duty. Here's what we really want to know. Why, out of all those tips, did you select that one? Would you tell us that much, Belle? What urged you to make a beeline straight for this case?
That's none of your business.
いやまああなたデイビスですもんね今更だけどさはい
So you think Galena was murdered by Helena Doman, her own brother?
No, not her. Galena was someone else.
Then who killed her?
It's written in the report, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm asking you. Would you mind answering me in your own words? You see, I find your entire story highly suspicious.
It's a complicated matter. Extremely complicated.
Don't let him draw you into his game. Stay calm, Aaliyah Davis.